Hey people, welcome back to Quarter Cups. I know it's been a while, but we are back, hopefully weekly. This video is going to be a little bit different. I want to talk to you guys about some of the top 5 items you should have in your kitchen to make your kitchen fully functional. Now, this is for people that learn in the kitchen, you hadn't really done much in the kitchen, you don't really know where to start. This is going to be a good guide to go by. Now, I'm not going to say that this stuff is going to be cost effective because I saved up money for certain items in my kitchen, and it's actually good to get more premium items. They last longer. Just putting it out there. But the number one thing that you should get first is most definitely an apron. You don't have to get a Quarter Cups apron unless you want a Quarter Cups apron. I've put love on there if you can see that. My last name, and I love it. Yours won't come like this. Yours will come with the Quarter Cups. Can you see that? Can you look and see if you see? But if you guys want a Quarter Cups apron, they will be available soon. Just give me some time on that to get this posted. But having a good quality apron keeps your clothes clean, for one thing. And for me personally, it's like a uniform. I do different things. I have different aprons for different things. I have this apron for when I'm ready to cook. I woodwork, and I have a woodworking apron. Keeps sawdust off of my clothes and flying shards of wood pieces and metal and stuff like that. And I also leathercraft, and I actually have a leather crafting apron that I don't wear, that I should start wearing. Like, see, this is one of my bags. It's a trapezoid bag. This is what I call it. It comes with brass clippings and everything. Just shameless plug on Etsy. I'll leave the description down below for you guys to check this out. What? So anyway, make sure you get you a good apron. That's, you want to also make sure that it kind of covers everything up and make sure that it's fully adjustable. The number 2 thing that I'm going to talk about are oven mitts. Let me show you the ones that I got. Okay, these are the oven mitts that I have. I'm not quite sure what they will call this, but it's got a pocket on here you can put your hands in. And then I have another one which is like a pot grabber. It actually has 2 holes on the back of it for you can stick one part of your hand in here, stick your thumb in the bottom part, and you kind of grab it like this. Pot grabber. And then you have your actual oven mitt, which is you stick your whole arm in there. And I like this especially because it's super thick. This is something that we actually got from Costco back when they were selling them. I'm not sure if they're selling them now, but it came in a pack of 6. You got 2 of these, and you got 2 of these, and you also got 2 of these. Really great quality stuff, super thick, and I mean, like, I don't feel the heat at all through these. So getting yourself a good set of oven mitts work. If you go to the dollar store and you get oven mitt from the dollar store, and you decide to hold on to something too long that's too hot, you're gonna lose that mitt. Amazon, but see, you can't really like feel it with Amazon though.
Yeah, but you can kind of get the descriptions and look at the reviews. I say just give them, you don't know do so, just look at the reviews.
Yeah, I think Amazon would be a good place to start looking for really good oven mitts. Like these were $20. I think we really got a really good deal from Costco with these things. You might even be able to find them online. And I especially like the loop on here. The loop is a metal loop ring, which you don't see too often with oven mitts and stuff like that. It's one of my personal favorite because I had oven mitts, or we had oven mitts that started to detangle and stuff after using it for so long. I think Amazon would be a good place to start. Probably wouldn't check eBay because I got stiffed a couple of times on eBay. I'm not saying don't shop on eBay. I'm just saying be careful. If you have a kitchen specialty store, like here, we had a kitchen specialty store that actually closed, and I hate that it closed because they used to have really good deals on stuff. But they will have like a full-on oven mitt section. Like it was a section full of oven mitts like this. They had different kinds. They even had the little specialty pot handle sticks that you stick onto the pots, and you can just hold them without having to use an oven mitt. So I don't know. Look around. I'm sure you can find a good one, but for 20 bucks, you can't beat that. The number 3 thing that you definitely want to try and get a hold to is a really nice cast iron skillet. You don't have to have a full set of these. You don't even have to have like 2 of them. I have 3 of them. I have this one. I have an extra large one that's kind of like a paella pan. And then I have a flat top skillet. But there's no reason. No, actually I have 4. I have a grill skillet that has like the little indentions in the bottom of it where you can put grill marks into your steaks and stuff like that. Which I don't really use that. I use this one the most. And that's why I say you really just need that one. The reason being is because cast iron skillets don't really if you take good care of them, they will last forever. Aluminum skillets, they're good, but they're kind of costly. You really want to get some good ones because you get the cheap ones, they're easy to bend, and you can't really bend them back into place. I've actually seen people use those cheap aluminum skillets that they got from like Dollar General or something like that. Not non-stick, but aluminum. And they'll sit something on top of it by accident, or even over time, the heat will kind of warp it. So if they're cooking something in it and they pick it up wrong, juices will start spilling out of it. You don't want that. You want to get a good grade, but most of the good grade aluminum skillets are just one skillet by itself are like 45 bucks, and that's a good one. This skillet here I got was actually on sale at Walmart for $20. And I think the actual base price of this thing is like around 25 bucks. So I mean, it's still a whole heck of a lot cheaper. And I'm not sure why it's so cheap. Oh, I never noticed that. It's made in Switzerland. The way you clean a cast iron skillet is gonna kind of put you off at first a little bit. So once you're done cooking in a cast iron skillet, you're gonna have some juices, some residue left over. You're gonna throw salt in it. Throw some salt in it. You scrub some salt around in the skillet to kind of absorb whatever juices and stuff that's inside of it. Then you dump it, and then you do something that's called a fat cleaning. And that's where you take shortening or duck fat or lamb fat. That's some expensive fat. You basically clean the skillet out with it. I don't even necessarily follow by those rules. I actually use water to clean my skillet. But soap will just destroy it. So you have to start all the way over. I made that mistake before by using soap, and it just rusted the whole thing up. And then you have to do a restoration process, which is something that I'm not going to talk about in this video. I might purposely mess up one of my skillets just to show you how it works, but they last forever if you take care of them. Okay, now, the best thing about these cast iron skillets is, besides you can find them at your grandma's house, because my grandma and my mom had one of these. They actually create a non-stick surface if you take care of them right. You can actually, I think the word is polarized or something like that. It's where you can take something like canola oil. You can cover the surface of this thing, like this, the actual cooking part, back part, handle, everything. You coat everything. Throw it in the oven at a high temp for, I think it was 10 minutes or so, or something like that. I might have to do more research because I haven't done it in a while. But once you do that and you do everything properly, it will actually form a non-stick surface. So you can actually cook chicken breast or something in here without butter, and it will not stick. Now, there is going to be a disclosure on that because it doesn't always work the way you want it to work. But yeah, you can create a non-stick surface with that. And I say that because I know a lot of people complain about these non-stick pans. Not that the non-stick doesn't work correctly, it's that the little non-stick coating comes off. So like sometimes, especially when they had a couple of uses on them, they start to, I guess, crack. I guess it's the best way to put it. They start to crack and they chip off, and the little black stuff starts to chip off, and you're eating that, and that's where the problem comes in. With the more expensive pans, or the more, I would say, higher quality Teflon pans or the nonstick pans, they don't do that, but not everybody is inclined to buying those. So that's why I pointed to cast iron skillet. The number 4 thing, I'm on 4, right? Yes, the number 4 thing that you should be getting for your kitchen is a kettle. Now, I know what a lot of people are gonna say, you could just take a pot, pour water in it, and boil it. This comes in handy. Here's why. For one thing, I don't know about everybody else's kettle, but this thing, like, it boils water in like 4 minutes. Like, it speeds the process up. And then sometimes you don't want to pull a pot out to put on the stove to boil water. So this is more of a convenience thing than anything. I mean, yes, you can definitely boil water. You can't boil an egg in this. You can't do that. But you can definitely get your hot water for tea, coffee, whatever you need it for. I use this thing every day, almost 5 times a day. This is important. This is a must-have. Now, the number 5 thing that I'm going to say, a lot of people are not going to agree with. I'm fine with that. But I agree with it because we use this thing daily. We actually had the surface space for it. And if you keep it clean, you get a good product out of it every time. An ice machine. Now, hear me out on this. Ice machines, having a dedicated ice machine is somewhat of a luxury. And I say luxury because you can get an affordable ice machine at around $150. You can get a good one at around $300. That's actually how much I paid for our ice machine. And I'm gonna say again, hear me out on this. This thing here has an ice machine in it. It produces ice. My pet peeve with it is that the ice sometimes tastes like the freezer, and vice versa. The ice machine idea, having a dedicated ice machine, especially when you keep it clean, you get good clear ice all the time, and it's not in the way of the freezer. And we normally have a lot of different freezer items, and so trying to stuff all that stuff in there with that ice tray is kind of cumbersome. So we take the ice tray out so we can have more room. Now, of course, the ice machine is still in there. The part that actually still makes the ice is in there, but it's like flat and it's elevated. It's like this. We have food like under there. The dedicated ice machine allows us to store more food in there. Dedicated ice machine is always constantly making ice, just like this thing would. But the dedicated, and I'm pointing over here because my ice machine is over here, it's out of the way of the camera. It's full of water and ice. I'm not about to unplug that thing and move it over here, so show you guys. I'll show you a picture. It's gonna be over here or here, probably in front of my face. It's gonna be somewhere around here, but it's constantly making ice. It always has ice. Unlike the freezer, it doesn't keep ice cold, so it actually melts and then it makes more ice. That's one of the only things about it. It doesn't, like, some ice machines actually do have that ability. Some ice machines do have the ability to actually keep the inside cold. It generates a freezer environment to keep the ice cold until you're ready to grab it. Now, my ice machine, you clean a lot less. It stays clean a little bit longer. You do have to clean it. It has 2 different settings on it. So for one thing, if you are a stickler about having nice, crisp, clean, clear ice, this machine does that. The freezer will not do that. At the same time, the freezer will not make ice fast. The ice machine will. So if you're trying to make a frozen drink, or if you're trying to make a slushie for the kids, or something like that, if you're trying to do any of those things, it will make ice fast. It will literally make ice, and they'll stick me to this in like 10 minutes. Like, it's quick. It's quick about it. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this is actually the ice that ice machine makes. It's a cube style ice. It's crystal clear. If you can see that. And yes, this is an old measuring cup that I'm using. Me and my wife have been married for 12 years. All the markings are gone, but I still want to keep it. It's still useful. But that's one of the things I like about it, because for one thing, with the ice machine, I know it's like, it's a unitasker. I don't know how a lot of people feel about unitaskers. It does one thing and it sits on your counter. Now I know that you're trying to say like, oh, he didn't say Instapot. I didn't say crock pot either. I have a crock pot. I don't have an Instapot, but I like the crock pot better. Ice machine just seems more practical to me. Has a lot more uses than an Instapot. Like I said, I use this ice machine every day. I'm not gonna use the Instapot every day. Like, I would have to go out of my way to use that thing every day, and I'm just not. Ice machine, no brainer. At the same time, this thing's not gonna stop making ice. If I forget to shut this thing off, I'm gonna have ice everywhere. That thing stops because it has some type of sensor in it. I don't know how it works, but it stops making ice when the bucket's full. Anyway, I'm gonna throw a bonus in for you guys, and this is not like something. This is like a last minute thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I was like, I want to add this into this video. I don't want to wait for another one. But you want to get yourself a good kitchen knife. Now, you're gonna buy the little multi-knives block sets. I need to stop waving that around. You're gonna want to buy the nice multi-knife block sets. And they do have some really good ones. They do have some really good block sets where you get like 10 steak knives, so then you get like a knife like this. Okay, but yeah, with the block sets, you're gonna get one of these things. And I don't care what anybody tells you, this thing doesn't sharpen anything. It is a honer, and what it does, it straightens the blade up. And it's not like if the whole blade's crooked, it will straighten it up. That's not what it does. It's like it straightens this bits up. That's about it. Doesn't do much. If you want to get a sharpener for your knife, then this thing sharpens your knives. Okay, now this is a terrible example of it. I don't even use this thing. I just got it. But it's a knife sharpener, and it's not like, oh, if your knife is completely dull, this thing will sharpen it to like you can cut paper with it. This thing doesn't do it. This thing keeps it sharp. But like, if you want to resharpen your knives, you'll have to invest in something like water stone or oil stones or something like that. Like, I know with woodworking, I use those stones to sharpen my hand planes and stuff like that. I actually have one specially for the kitchen to sharpen my knives. And I really only sharpen one knife, the kitchen knife. You only need this one thing. I mean, it's made out of metal. This thing will last longer than you. So now, everything that I've talked about in today's video, I'm actually going to put links down below. The links don't actually help me any. But if you do want to help me, subscribe to our channel. If you like our content, we're actually going to bring out more regularly scheduled content like this. If you like this particular video, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know that you like it. I will put out more content like this. And yeah, I'm gonna set links down below for really good products like this. Like, I'm not gonna call it the kitchen starter pack, but it gets you going. Like, if you real deal want to learn how to cook, or if you real deal want to just be like awesome at cooking, and you want stuff that's gonna last, the stuff that I talked about, you're gonna want to get. Except maybe the ice machine. I mean, like, the ice machine is like I said, it's more of a luxury item, but it's an absolute need for me. Like, I got a wife and children. They need ice constantly. I need ice constantly. So, and then I don't know. I love my cast iron skillet. I might let this one rust so I can show you how to bring it back to life. And I I might even link a video down below showing you how some of the other people do it, because everybody do kind of different things to get these things back to life. I actually had a small one that I found in my mom's house. It was out in her storage, and this thing was completely rusted. Like it was gone. I had to take a drill, buffer pad, buff the rust off. I had the whole 9 yards. So, like I said, like it depends on like where your skillet's at. But anyway, though, guys, check out the links. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Until the next time.